studios of TLC Talk Radio.
And Dana's bedroom.
It's DT on our minds. I'm your girl, Tasha.
And I'm that fat girl, Dana.
Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. And catch us on tlctalkradio.com 24/7 edutainment. Hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I did a lot today. I did the curbside thing, gave out food.
Yeah.
Then I went to the barn. First I went to get my emissions test, and then I got my sticker, and I'm all done. Then I went to the barn. Yay! Now
ran all your errands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that before the show. Me making sure everything was good in the house because I've rediscovered bubble baths. Like, I think we're on the go so much, even in the middle of a pandemic, right? We're on the go so much. It's just shower, move. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I need to do some, Tasha care. Mm-hmm. And I was achy for no reason. If I don't stretch.
Didn't you shovel?
That's why I was. No, but I was achy before that. And normally I can stretch it out. I'm good, but if I go more than 48 hours without doing a full body stretch, my body's like, hey, we're over 40. So I said, okay. So the stretching wasn't helping, but I took some kava root. And do you remember, so here's the story for the listeners. I'm the klutz on the team. And do you remember me falling constantly? But one day we had a meeting on a Saturday meeting at the State Street building. And you and Janelle walked into the parking lot. You went down the ramp. And then I came behind you. You didn't see me, but I slipped and fell. In flip-flops. Like, I didn't even have on heels. Like, anyway, the point is I was out of muscle relaxers because I'm clumsy and I keep a stash of muscle relaxers. And so I called the health food store and asked what was a natural relaxer, and they told me kava root, and it did the trick. So I picked up my stretching and did my kava root, and then I said, let me take a bubble bath with the Epsom salt and the lavender. So as soon as we're done with this episode, I'm running to the restroom to get it together. Right. Cal gonna take me away. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody remembers that, but
I just said I'm over 40.
And I'm almost 50, so
it is what it is. It's okay. It's only one way not to get there. I am grateful.
Exactly. Me too. You too.
Mm-hmm. Interesting week. Snow.
Yeah.
Did you get the shovel?
I got a new shovel. Yay. I haven't used it yet, though.
Boo.
Here.
Why haven't you used it?
Got other things going on, and since my car is the only car that's running, I just move it back and forth and make a path, and it's fine.
Yeah, I did half of my driveway and then walked off. I'm not going anywhere. That's enough.
You can have somebody just bring you stuff. It's fine.
It is what it is. I'm it's not thick. It's not so thick that I couldn't get out. I did go out today and test drive another vehicle. My lease is about to wrap, and I need to pick a vehicle. And
what are you looking at?
I'm looking at a truck for me and my 10-year-olds. I don't really have children viewing team. Those are my parents. So I want to make sure that they fit and they're comfortable.
Get in and out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's not so high that daddy's looking at me like, why'd you buy this? Or so low that he's asking the same question, but with a different face. So
like a mid-size kind of SUV situation.
Yeah. Or even a crossover. I'm cool with the sedan. Like I have a sedan. My mother has a sedan. Pop likes my sedan better.
Okay.
Than Mama's. But I wasn't very happy with that leasing situation. I mean, the people were good, but I wasn't happy with the vehicle. So.
Right. You had a Volkswagen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I just wasn't happy with it. And so, yeah.
What are you going to do?
Move on with my life and buy something else.
All right.
We've got a great show lined up for us today.
Yes, we do. We have my friend Jason, who I am actually doing a documentary on. So He is Jason, a Death Proof J. Harris, and here he is. Say hi.
Hey, I'm unmuting him.
Oh,
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
you're very welcome, sir. How are
Thanks
you
for having me.
today?
It's good. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Yeah.
I think
How
that's
about
all
you
of our
guys?
stories.
Yeah, I
Same.
was here. Yeah. What about you, Tasha? How was your day?
Real good. No complaints, really, but just,
You didn't slip and fall like I did yesterday, did you?
Oh no. I just said I was the klutz on the team. You can't be the second klutz. It's only one faller in the group, and I'm it.
Well, you know how to professionally fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God I'm not professionally fall. I fell yesterday and everything was in slow motion.
Oh God. That's how I felt when I
Yeah.
broke my foot.
Yeah, everything was like in slow motion. I just laid there and just looked at the sky like I can't believe this just happened.
But
Did
you're
you
okay.
jump on ice?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, of course.
Listen, that's okay. You can't take my title.
No, I want no
Kidding.
smoke.
I'm
I want
kidding.
no
I'm
smoke.
kidding. Please don't listen to me. So,
Yes.
Jason, you're on the show. You and Dana are doing wonderful things. How did you guys meet? And then I'll let you kind of take the story from there.
Uh, we have a mutual friend, Jay Washington, that lives in LA. I know Jay. I hit up Jay on Facebook, and I said, "Hey, I need a filmographer," and he directed me to Dana. And I messaged Dana on Facebook. I told her my story, told her what happened, what's going on, and that's how it happened. She's been good to me. I'm grateful for her. She does amazing work,
Thank you.
and I can't wait to see what the finished project will look like.
Well, we have to finish first.
Yeah.
Tell us
Yeah,
about the project.
We've been on a bit of a hiatus because of COVID. So
yeah.
Sure.
COVID put a pause on everything.
yeah. So we're actually I'm filming a documentary of basically your recovery and you getting into what exactly? Can you talk about that?
Not right now.
Okay.
It's there, but I can't let the people know. Not yet.
All right. So it's a big surprise that'll be at the
Yeah, I can't let the
end
people know.
of the documentary. But
Yeah,
we have to wait for it to happen.
yeah. It's a documentary on what happened to me 2 years ago. I got shot 4 times. And it's a documentary of my recovery back into the wrestling ring and how I process everything.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to see what it looks like. And like I said, COVID put a pause on everything.
Sure.
I would say maybe another year or two it should be done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Better be.
Yeah, it will. It will.
COVID needs to go.
It will.
Yeah.
Ruining my film.
It will.
What led you to say this needs to be documented? Did it start off as a situation where you were just documenting for yourself? Or did you just say, you know what, I need to do this and everybody needs to see it? What was that process like?
Yeah, I wanted to let the people know. I wanted to relate to the people that no matter what happens to you, if it's bad car accident, it's if you're suffering from PTSD, that you can overcome it, and if you put your mind to it, you will beat it. And I started like documenting my physical therapy sessions. When I think I documented me learning how to walk again, learning how to run again, and just numerous things. I'm just gonna wait for the documentary. So I don't want to spoil it or anything like that. But
Sure. So it
yeah.
sounds like it's a story of resilience.
Yes, and you hit it right on the head because I have a T-shirt that says resilience. So you hit it right on the nail. It's a story of resilience.
Okay. And are you at liberty to share what led to this shooting? Like, I don't want to.
Yeah. I was working at a nightclub 2 years ago on August 28th. And we had escorted a guy out and everything. And, he had came back later that night, and I guess he was so high off pills and drugs and everything, and I felt that night, I felt something in the air. Like, I always watch documentaries when people almost lost their life and they can feel different energy, like a strange energy that night.
Sure.
I felt something that night when I woke up. I really didn't feel like going to work, and I dragged my ass there, and it was a real slow night. It was a real slow night, and I'm like, this is weird. So we had like 4 call offs that night,
Mm.
and I'm like, wow, like shit, it's gonna be a long night. And I had told my buddy, I said, well, it's gonna be a long night. Hopefully, it don't turn crazy or anything like that. And I felt the energy right away. And I told him, I said, man, something don't feel right tonight. Something don't feel right tonight. And he's like, that's good that you can sense that. You know what I'm saying? Keep sensing that. I'm like, yeah, something don't feel right tonight. Then boom, situation happened at the bar. I had talked to the guy, and it just seemed like he was just so angry, so frustrated and everything. And I just, told him to relax and everything, calm down.
Yeah.
And like 10 minutes later, one of the promoters got me and said, hey man, this guy gotta go. He's causing trouble, blah, blah, blah. So I walk over there and I see him. He's arguing with one of my coworkers that wasn't happening to work. He wasn't working and he was just there chilling. And they're getting ready to scuffle. So me and my coworkers escorting him out the club. Around 3:30, that happened like 12 o'clock midnight. Around 3:30, I'm walking my friend to a car and everything. And he approaches me from the side. And it's like, hey, don't do that anymore. I'm like, do what? And I happened to see, he had the gun on him and everything, pointed at me. And I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I didn't want to, put my hands up or anything like that. And he would get scared and just shoot me,
Right.
take me out or anything. And I was just scared and I just defended myself, in the process, I got shot, 4 times. I think he shot at me 7 times, got shot 4.
Jesus.
Yeah. Went unconscious and they rushed me to the hospital and everything and put me back together,
Yeah. What has happened to that assailant? Because obviously he was high. He came there off kilter looking to start trouble, obviously, because he kicked off with it. What has happened to him? Are you at liberty to share that?
He's still in jail. We're waiting for him to get prosecuted and everything. It's been about 2 years now. It's been a long process. It's been a headache.
He was captured pretty quickly, though.
Yeah, he was captured like 3 weeks after. 3 weeks after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there surveillance or?
Yeah, so there was surveillance and everything, and I happened to took the gun away from him and everything that night.
You laid on top of it to stop getting shot.
Yeah.
Wise. Your adrenaline kicks in and you do things you may not even recognize you're doing.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happened. My adrenaline kicks in. I'm like, okay, if I don't get shot from the waist up, I'll be okay. Well, I got shot in my femur artery.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first bullet, and it felt like a little pinch. It didn't really feel like anything. But I noticed that my pants were like soaking wet, like I just jumped out of a pool or anything. And I started to get dizzy. And I said, oh, like something is happening. I don't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Started to get dizzy. I rushed him to the ground. He tried to shoot me in the chest. Move over. He shot me 3 times in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What impact has going back and forth to court had on your physical recovery? Because you've got two components, right? You've got the physical recovery, and then you've got to deal with the mental anguish of knowing that this person was trying to take you out.
Mm-hmm.
How do you reconcile the two, or do you walk these paths separately, hand in hand?
It took me a while to get adjusted back to the public. I didn't like going anywhere. I like, staying secluded from everybody.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it took me a while, maybe about a year and a half. It took me a while. But then I told myself, like, this is not the way to live. That, I want to be out and enjoy myself, and too, I live in Chicago. We live in this, this crazy ass city. And I still don't go certain places. I don't like partying here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I do party, I go out of town. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy myself. But by that happening to me, it seemed like it made the city more smaller because now everybody knows me.
Yeah.
And you're a big dude.
Yeah.
I have to mention that. You don't look big on the screen, but you're a big dude.
Yeah.
But you're really a big teddy bear. I hate to say it.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing, but he's supposed to look intimidating.
Yeah, I can't help it. I can't help it.
He doesn't intimidate you because you're not a criminal. So
yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't intimidate me. I'm like, whatever.
Nothing bothers Dana.
Not really.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart. Dana, what has this capturing of this resilience been like for you?
It's been different because I've never really gone into a documentary phase before, and it's watching him grow. Because like when he first went into the ring, like for practice, he was slow, and he was like, this is kind of hard. I'm out of breath. And then like the last time I saw him, he was just throwing people. It was amazing. So it's been really, really cool. It's kind of almost like watching a child grow up. Not that you're a child, but you know what I'm saying. Like seeing
That's a
you.
Good analogy.
Yeah, but seeing the way that you've changed since I've met you, and how everyone has talked about you in the past before this incident happened, and how that didn't really change. Like, you are still the same guy. You're still a great, humble human being who would do anything for anyone.
I appreciate that, Dana. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not for everyone, but for you, yeah. You and Tasha, yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is our first meeting. So tell me about wrestling. Like, I feel like, oh, okay, I want to know what, my experience with wrestling is WWF before it was WWE and the Ladies of Glow. I know nothing. Help me out.
Hey, I started watching wrestling like I was 5 maybe. Watching it with my family, my father, my grandmother, my grandfather, and just something that was brought inside our living rooms, and we enjoyed it. Then years carried on, and me and my brother are breaking shit in the living room. We're wrestling.
Nobody got a whooping or?
Oh yeah, we got an ass whoop. Yeah,
oh,
we
okay.
got an ass whoop. Yeah.
Because I'm cringing and I wasn't even there. I'm like, ooh, somebody getting it. We don't want no smoke. We sorry, Granny. We sorry.
Yeah. Then I carried in high school. I didn't I didn't amateur wrestle in high school, but I always watch it and follow it. Then I went away for college. College wasn't my thing. One of my good friends, one of my good friends, phone call. Sorry. One of my good friends, Khalid Chapman, he's also a wrestler.
Okay.
He's like, hey man, I'm going to train to be a professional wrestler. I'm like, how? Like, where do you train at? And he sent me the brochure and everything. Um, I said, okay, I'm gonna give this a try. And I gave it a try. I liked it. I put my commitment in it, and it was a rocky start, but I just kept pushing. I kept being consistent and everything. And uh, I'll say between 2009 2010, I had started. I lost. Got depressed, and I lost hope in it. And I stopped wrestling. And I think when I stopped wrestling, I had lost a part of myself. And 2012, 2013, I got back into it. And there's something that I have to do. I like doing it. It's my scapegoat. It's a career I want to make, and I've been doing this for about 13 years now. And I think by me wrestling maybe saved my life that night
Mhm.
I was going
because of
to
the
ask. Yeah.
because of the adrenaline rushing, the way I moved and everything. And I'm like, shit, wrestling saved my life that night.
Yeah. That training and adrenaline kicked in. Your body
Yeah,
understood what was happening and it needed to fight.
exactly, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
How has wrestling impacted your recovery? So, of course, in that moment, your training kicked in, but
Mhm.
recovery, like Dana was saying, she noticed kind of the growth. What has that been like for you mentally?
Uh, it's just like riding a bike once again. Like Dana said, when I first got in the ring, um, thanks to while I'm on here, thanks to Randy Ritchie and Matt Vine, um, they opened their doors to me for me to train at to get me back where I'm at.
Okay.
Um, it was very hard. I couldn't move like I used to. Um, but it was my determination and will to get back in better wrestling shape. This is what I wanted to do, and I figured out what was my purpose. And I would work out. I started working out with Garfield. Big shout out to Garfield, G Fit. And he helped me get back in shape. He helped me get my cardio back up and everything. And I just every day I would go to the gym. I would go train. Every day to go gym, go train, gym, go train. Then I said, okay, let me do something else different. Let me get uncomfortable.
Mm,
And so I had found this gym, this mixed martial arts gym,
okay.
Warrior Evolution. And I had hit them up and I started training mixed martial arts, MMA. And ever since it's been so good to me. And shout out to, Coach Sean and Coach Carl over there. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram at Warrior Evolution if anybody's interested. But Warrior Evolution taught me, both of Coach Sean and Coach Carla, you know, MMA is a life, it's a way of life. Um, Martial arts, it makes you not only physically strong but mentally strong. And it was a point where I had to stop feeling sorry for myself.
Mm, yeah.
I never really saw you as feeling sorry for yourself. I mean, there were moments where you're just like, "Ugh." But like, do I look good? Do I what? But
Yeah, that comes as a wrestler. Like, you don't think you look as the best.
But I never saw you as feeling sorry for yourself.
Yeah, it's been times where I'm like, well, damn, like, I can't move this way no more. I can't do this, and I blame it on injury.
Mhm.
But I'm learning the process that you still have to do it. You still have to keep moving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
No matter what hits you in life, you still have to keep moving.
Mhm.
Dana, I know that this is his story, but from your lens, what is it that you think people are going to take away from his story? I know you're not done.
Oh. um. A lot, actually. I think a lot is going to be taken away from his story because not only like did he survive, but he's pressing forward and thriving and getting pretty much almost everything he wants soon.
Got to work for it. Nothing comes easy. I still have to
Right,
work
right,
for it.
and you do, and you like Jay said that one time. He said you have the story to go with your success.
Mm.
So you have the background. So it's I can't say exactly what he said because we can't talk
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah, yeah,
it. I was like,
yeah.
Give it all away. I get it.
Now, I see old friends in the street and they say, "Oh, what's up, 50 Cent?" And I'm like,
Really.
wow.
really? Wow. And when I was in the hospital, I listened to a lot of 50 Cent, a lot of Tupac, and I could relate to the songs, because you know I wasn't able to walk. I was in a wheelchair, and like the first week, I was so doped up off meds, pain meds, and everything. And sometimes I just put my headphones in, go to sleep, listen to the music. But a lot of things, that they talked about, because both artists suffered gunshots and gun wounds, and people out to kill them and everything, and like, um, I think I was listening to Get Rich and Die Trying, and I think 50 said, um, I think he said something like the thoughts in my head. Sometimes I talk to God at night. He doesn't talk back, or he has nobody to talk to besides God, something like that. And I kind of felt that because, you know, um, sometimes I didn't really have nobody to talk to, besides my real friends and family. But like when you wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, you're like, who do I talk to? You know what I'm saying? It was a very divine moment for me, spiritually, in the hospital. I tell people all the time that I couldn't do the things I used to do, like go to the bathroom by myself, bathe myself. It was a very humbling experience,
Sure.
and you know, um, even like I remember, when I was going to day rehab when I got let out the hospital. Um, I couldn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't because I couldn't enjoy myself like I wanted to because I always had that thought, that back thought in my, that back thought in my mind, like, what if something happened to me again? And I think going to Walmart was like the highlight. Like, I want to go to Walmart. And
You
I'll
and my
be so
mother.
happy going to Walmart. And I get in my scooter and, pick out stuff I want to buy and everything. It was just, I noticed the little things in life made me happy.
Began to appreciate those little
You have to appreciate the little things in life.
moments. Hmm.
Hmm.
How long was your physical recovery?
I'll say about a year.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say about a year.
Because I met you, what, 4 months after it happened? 4 or 5 months?
Yeah. Well, did you? I think you did. I think it was January, right?
it was winter.
Winter, maybe,
I think we started talking in November, and then we got
November.
together.
We got together in
January.
December or January, something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty quick as far as I was concerned. I was like, oh, okay. We can get started.
Yeah, from the severity of your injury.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you still have shrapnel too in your shoulder, don't you?
Yeah, I still have pieces of the metal around my shoulder that they don't want to take out because it'll damage the nerves and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in any pain?
When it gets cold, my body aches a little bit.
Sure.
If I sleep on the left shoulder too long, it aches a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But other than that, I'm all right. So.
Yeah, and you're gonna keep going. Yeah, Dana said you're awesome. You're gonna keep going. What are your final thoughts on this process, Jason? What do you want the viewer to remember as you prepare to continue the filming of this documentary?
I just want to reach out to the viewers. I know it's been a lot of people in the world, and especially in Chicago, that suffered gunshot wounds. And I want to relate to them, and let them know that it's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, he's an amazing human.
I hear this is our first introduction, but I certainly hear it. My personal, best wishes to you on this journey of healing. It sounds like when you finish with this documentary, this is an opportunity for you to share. I don't know. My mind goes, I can't tell you what to do, but in my mind, I see you speaking to gunshot victims, you speaking encouragement, maybe working with a counselor to talk to people who can't get past a certain point because you've already done it. But that's just where my mind is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that was a great positive way to wrap the show. Jason, thank you so much for being a part of today's episode.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on here.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Indeed. From the studios of TLC Talk Radio
and Dana's bedroom.
This has been DT on Our Minds. I'm your girl, Tasha.
And I'm that fat girl, Dana.
Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and catch us every day on TLCTalkRadio.com, 24/7 edutainment. We'll catch you next week.
Peace.